more sync and reviewing what we've done. And after that, we had some agenda. One agenda that raised is looking forward the kind of interactions between developers and versioning stuff, code reviewing, versioning, and testing. And also we have another agenda about technical debt that was raised by the developers. And so we have a demo or review what we've done, two issues, versioning and technical debt. And we'd also like to talk about the design stuff and etc. And the priorities. It's my intention and have no distraction to pass it to Lauren.
Hey everyone, my intentions for the call are to just stay in the loop with everything that's going on. And also I was hearing that maybe we're having like some coordination issues like on IO, and I don't know, some trouble getting oriented, or there was like some concerns about like the like stability of IO with the influx of people like coming from the gig economy. So I would love it if we could talk about that. Yeah, and I'm starting to take notes now, so that's my other intention. And not distracted. I'm just distracted by the setup of these things. So the stream is going, and now I got the notes open. It almost started, so I'll pass it to Matteo.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. Yeah, same as Monique, I want to sync up with everyone, see how everything is going. Dedicated my time last week to the admin dashboard, so if we're going to do some demo, I can totally show that. And yeah, concerned about what Lauren was mentioning, maybe if we can discuss how the coordination and syncing between the teams can get better, we can talk about it. I'll pass it to Amin.
Hi. I guess it's where this call would be very important, and we would take the good decision about how we would conduct the development. Of course, they are very serious things. Technical debt, about reviewing interaction between developers, because basically I don't believe in teams. I guess we have just one development team, and the development team is that accepts the stuff to implement, develop, and yeah, and that's it. We should make it urgent to make some take basic decisions about how we will go forward. Yeah, I pass it to Mitch.
Thanks, Amin. Yeah, I'm really curious about these coordination issues and how we can work to make things better between everybody, and so we can work efficiently and amicably together with each other. Other than that, I'm happy to look at any stuff on the board and what I can assist with. And I'll pass it to Ramin.
Hey guys, I wanted to be sync with the team and the new issues and new features that are coming up. I don't have any distractions right now. I pass to Griff.
Good morning. I'm a little distracted by making breakfast, but I'm always excited to listen to this call. I have no intentions other than just to always see the progress and enjoy the company. And I'll pass it to Mo Saeed.
Hey everyone. I actually joined to diverse of you, sync with everyone in the team, and also give you some updates about the Giveth design. Right now, me, Marco, and Rodri, we are working on the different parts of the Giveth. I personally work on the design system and adding um, everything to the components library for our design system. So basically, we can actually have a chain design system and don't need to add new stuff every time that we design something. And the gig economy is still in progress, but the homepage is almost done, and we are continuing to add the rest of the design for the Giveth. And actually, each screen that we're going to add for the developers are going to be using the style and components from the design system. And if you actually see something is not part of the design system, please let me know, and it should be part of the design system. That's published from my side, and passing to who's left. Passing to Mama Angela.
And my intention is to talk about the more serious issues about Giveth.io, to think about it, how do it, and maybe some procedures about how should we work on the Giveth.io in the development team. And my update is the last week was a little hard to me because I was diving into Giveth.io, but it ended good. I have fixed some few bugs, and it made me happy. So I think maybe we should do bigger things in the next week. I would pass it to Ashley.
Hey everybody, yeah, my intentions for the call are just kind of stay in the loop, see what's going on, see if I missed anything, see if I can help out anywhere, and I don't have any distractions. And I'm not sure who hasn't gone because I came in a bit after, but maybe Mia, have you gone?
Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, I'm doing okay, just keeping in the loop and updated, and I'll pass it back to my Nick.
Thank you, everybody. I'm very happy to have all of you here. So we have lots of agenda, demo technical talks, versioning, coordination stuff, design. I think we can postpone the demo to Thursday to Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Wednesday. Or I don't have it's similar to me, but if you think that we can do it, please thumbs up. It talks about another issues. If you want to see the demo today, where we can review what's going on. So, shall we have demo today? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good idea.
So, if we want to postpone the demo stuff, we can talk about versioning. In my point of view, I think it it doesn't take very time just to confirm these things and let Mateo know. Because Mohammed joined the team, he needs somebody to review his code. And we ask Amin, and because he has very busy schedule right now for token economy, and he accepted to review the backend code for Mohammed. Is it okay for you, Mato?
You mean on the input graph?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And another issue, we think that if we review the Ramin code and vice versa, Ramin reviewed your code, it will be very okay. It's a suggestion. What do you think? You freeze? I'm disconnected. You're disconnected. What happened?
You froze.
I can hear you. Oh.
Mateo, you froze.
matter about this issue?
Oh.
Can I
he
talk
said his
about-
electricity went down and he's coming back as soon as possible.
Yeah. Let's talk about, I have heard about the best practice in companies that, create enterprise production. For instance, my friend in Netherlands, they are producing banking solutions. It's that someone juniors developer review the senior developers and vice versa. So it's not saying that, okay, because I'm senior developer or I'm middle level developer or no, we are at the same level, or maybe I'm I'm lower level, but I have worked on this project for 2 years and this one is new. So he should not review my code, because reviewing code is not just about correcting another person. By reviewing the code, you learn from other person, and of course it's another eye and what will be pushed to the code. So it's the best practice in software development. And what I want to emphasize in this call is we should follow the best practices in software development, and we don't want to invent the basic things. It's not my test. It's not my something that I say without any research. It's the best practices. I know I have been in software development industry for 12 years, and I have suffered from lack of those practices. Someone pushed the code without some other one to review it, and it would make a mess and trouble. So it's not personal, and it's not. All of us understand, and these are just. I guess if you want to onboard new users and raise token and have lots of users in the near future. Hi, Mete.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I was talking to guys about why we are emphasizing such practices. I'm just talking about my. I talk with my friends. They are working abroad in enterprise companies, and they say that they say that the code review is pull request review is a common practice in their companies, and it's not such a thing that say, okay, just senior developers review the junior ones or middle level ones. It's for everyone. Junior developers review senior ones, even, and also the newcomers review the old. Of course, it's part of it because everyone can make a mistake. Also, because when you review another code, you learn from reading. I learned most of my coding. I gained most of my coding experience from reading codes, reading the code from experts, and say, yeah, that's very good, right? So I suggest that we have something like a matrix that everyone, for every pull request, someone should review. I have in the Giveth trade. I ask sometimes. It was rare, I know, but sometimes when I made a pull request and I know that it will be challenging, I ask Ramin and Mohammed to review my pull request, and that makes more reliable pull requests. So that was a suggestion. Everyone should ask another one to review it. And about the reviewing. There are some good material if you search about checklist of the review. What a pull request review means. The basic thing is to just see whether hopefully we have the tools, CIC tools that prepare a preview for us. So if everyone wants to review a pull request, you can just by the preview link check whether the functionality is implemented or the bug is fixed. And then see the code for any potential side effect on other part of code or any better practice and other solutions. For instance, I say, okay, that helper function is available. We don't want to re-implement that and make the code messy. That's it. Again, I'm making longer because last time I see that Ramin had pull requests. It was about, numerous ones. They were merged, but Rami mentioned that one of them had mistakes before, and they should be reviewed. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. I typed much. I pass it to
I think
Moni.
everyone agreed about the literature. It's just we are in the meeting just to decide who do that. But at the backend side, I think everybody confirms the way that we decided. What about the front end side? Shall Mato review Ramin, vice versa, or shall we add Sherik to the process? I just want to put it on the vote to save the time. Shall Mato review Ramin? Thumbs up.
I guess it's not a shareable rule. Yeah.
Shall Ramin review Mato? So we put Sherik on that project. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Who's gonna review Sherik code on the token economics side?
He has not joined right now. But I do review him, and I like to someone review my code. I ultimately, because of course it will be reduce my stress and my responsibility and share the risk with another one. Okay, it's not just my mistake. Maybe I did a mistake. So it's very happy.
We have Mohammed and also Jawad. Jawad can do it, I think. Okay, it's up to you. But if it takes about the IO project, I can take it vote. Donna has to do it. Okay. Let's talk about the versioning. I think we agreed about the DoD. DoD is tested. What we call the issue done. It's tested on the UAT environment and so reviewed and deployed on the UAT. And document. I'm not sure about the documented. Shall we agree about this DoD? Do you have any objections? So deployed on UAT, tested, and code reviewed.
I guess code reviewed before the test. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to code review first, confirm it to the UAT. If it's on UAT tested and the tester approved it, we call it done. If not, it's not about the production. I think it would better have the definition just on UAT. Thumbs up.
Yeah, but I have a question. I think we had this debate a while ago about how this translates to the environments. UAT is going to be a particular environment for at least IO has staying and it used to have developed. So how is this going to be translated? Because the way you mentioned it's perfect, but how practically is going to be like?
I don't know. I'm not a DevOps.
No. But it's not about the DevOps or technical part. That's solvable. I mean, for example, when we move to each column, who is going to do the testing? The review is among the developers, but the
review is among the developers. When it's moved to staging part, that is has to be tested by a tester. Specifically the one who's not tech at all. I support this idea that the testers are not techie, because if they are techie, they approve something because they think that okay, this logic is done. But when a tester look at it and it's not technical, he might find something that is maybe weird logic we have, or maybe bad UX, everything. But I think it's better for us to have an approve from the UAT testers before we think that the issue is done. What do you think? Is it okay, Metal?
Yeah.
I assume that next.giveth.io is our UAT environment.
Yeah.
If it's not, please let me know. Okay.
And then it comes the same worry from last time, and it's who's going to take the responsibility if it's not us developers. For example, I know that Mitch and Lauren and Ashley has like always done that, but it's not like their full-time responsibility. So is someone going to take it and say, I'll do the testing every time?
In practice, we don't have any UAT tester professional. I'm going to hire one. Amin approved it today.
Nice.
Yeah, we have professional UAT tester. They might have lots of sheets reviewing the scenarios and put it together. Talk about the UX with the UX team, and But before I can take the responsibility. And we as a team have to do it. For example, we have experience in trace. Sometimes I cannot test because the issue is technical. And I really appreciate Mohammed's manner on that. He wrote the test scenario for me. Mo, please go to this part, run this query, and after that you figure out the. Even in his release, the recent release on I/O, I found it that he even wrote the scenario for the tester who's going to be tested. And maybe some of the issues is not testable. I just confirm what the developers say, because we weren't able to test, and we have lots of cases. For example, with Mitch. Mitch asked, how can I test it? It's not testable. It cannot be tested because it's sort of technical. And, we accept it. And because we don't have, kind of a sprint planning, please do not, what do you call it? Do not be worried about the, performance part, or, that we have to push all the things to the dawn. No, it's a process where we have to do it as a team. If we have lots of issues in the UAT and we're not tested, we have to help each other as a team to finish it. Is it my idea? But we're gonna have to. Yeah, go ahead.
And I think if you're hiring somebody who's going to be kind of responsible for testing, maybe part of their responsibility could also be to coordinate everyone or other people as well to be testing on the DApp. Because I think I mentioned this before. I like testing on the DApp because then I know what's going on. I have a good picture of what we have and we're offering people, and then where the weak points are, and then that affects comms, that affects give economy, and it affects all these things that are interrelated. So I find that's really valuable for my orientation in Giveth, and I think it's good for everybody to at least be testing sometimes on the DApp. So if we have a designated person who's going to be doing testing, they could also be all this cool stuff is ready to test on the DApp, and also tracking when things are pushed to staging, and when it's ready, and then when staging is pushed to live. And because I think communication around that would definitely help other people also contribute to testing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I support this idea. Yeah, I support this idea. And when I was talking with Willie, he said in Fox or in Shapeshift, they have they make it done by operation circle. When issues are ready, for example, operation circles comes to the team every, for example, Wednesday, Thursday, and test as much as possible. There are lots of people there that can do UAT testing, and we can do it, for our team. For example, we call, it's up to you. For example, Saturday time in comms team that's contributing our project. I think we've done it with Misha and also you and Ashley in the trace, that whenever they are able to test, they come, ask, and finish the things. And I totally agree.
I was going to say, I liked what you were doing before, Monique, when you were just kind of tagging people, because then it sometimes we don't always have the bandwidth to go and actually look in the repo and see what needs to be tested. And sometimes I go and look and there's nothing to test. So it's if you tag me, there's a better chance that I'm gonna go in there and like do the testing that needs to be done.
We really love you for testing, Mitch. I mean it. We're talking about the testing issues, and I have a superb thumbs up for you, even from Amin, Ramin, and Mohammed. I really have to appreciate you for this. I really want you, if you have have some times dedicated to the UAT testing. It's very good for us. We requested hour. But
I know we used to do, like in the early days of IO, we used to have like group test sessions at Ashley's place in person. And now that our tasks have diversified, that's kind of like fallen off the radar. But I think that's a really great idea, Monique, to have like a dedicated test session where we just try and break the dApps for an hour.
Very good idea. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I sent a poll for a test session every week. Kind of meme party, huh? It's a test party. I like it to have every week or or bi-weekly at least before any real release.
Can it correspond with like the sprints so that like the devs push the issues out and then we test it?
Yeah. Because we don't have we have iterations, but we don't have sprints right now. But it's a good idea. I'll do it.
And then for like hot fixes and stuff like that, do you just want to just tag people and be like, please test this now?
I definitely do it. Thank you.
Okay.
So we're talking about the DoD definition of done, and code reviewed, deployed on the UAT, and tested or approved by a tester. So can we put it on the vote? Thumbs up? Okay, it's approved. So we have to talk about the versioning. The versioning stuff is very important. You're free to deploy whatever it has been reviewed on the UAT. But for production, we need to have some more coordination between the product owner, product manager, and maybe the comms team or everything. So I appreciate if we have a very clear process for it. Name the project, name the numbers of the versioning very clear. I think it's okay if we without confirm of the product owner, we have pitch. What do you call it? It's a major, minor, and patch. Sorry.
Patch.
Yeah. So it's okay.
Maybe we should make it automatic. Make it automatic. That every pull request made the version. I'm not sure. Of course, it should be possible. There are some bot, I guess, to make it. For instance, every merge to the develop increase the patch, because making that manually is not easy. It should sometimes miss, and it's not cool. It's not cool.
If you're talking a standard, after each release on the production, we have to have an announcement, to our channel that we have this version and these are the changes and these are the related issues. It's the very best thing that we have, and I think patch. The devs team can have patch without confirm of the PO, but about the minor and major, we have to have the confirm of the PO before going to production. And who is gonna do that version? Because we don't have right now DevOps. Who is responsible for that? We have to talk about it. I want to pass it to other contributors. Have your comments.
Who made the production? Who pushed the code to the production branch? Every time he's responsible to increase the number, increase the number in the develop. I don't know, a staging branch.
and then make the pull
From
request.
from staging from the UAT to the production. Who's responsible first? Metal, can you be responsible for it? I mean, what do you think?
For the backend, yeah. Mohammed is good. Okay, with that.
No. We need one. Production is very important. To be honest, I prefer to Kai do it. The DevOps team do it because it's very critical. We have, for example, it's a very important things. Production should be very secure than and but someone have to be responsible for that with a clear process and versioning name. So who's gonna do it?
I can do it for IO and the impact graph for sure, no doubt.
So thumbs up for the Metal. Okay, let's do it. Metal, you're the responsible for versioning stuff, but make sure that let's decide on the confirmation of the PO or the product owner or product manager. Shall we have confirmed the minor and major versions by confirm of the PO or not? Definitely yes for me.
I think for the patch, we also should get the PO confirmation, but the exception is where we want to do a hotfix. So some patches are not hotfixes, so we should get confirmation from PO in that cases too. I think
interesting. I was thinking that every hotfixes is patch, huh? I'm not. Wow, maybe have
No. Hotfixes is force majeure. You should do it in a few hours. But maybe some patches
I'm just asking. Technically, can I have some developed feature in the staging? Keep it in the staging, and I select between, for example, the PRs. That I would say, for example, I don't want this, but I want these PRs to be go up to production. Can I do it?
It's if you merge, basically in the best Git flow, Git branching practice. We have version branches, and we have a develop branch that has the latest commit. For instance, we are in branch 0. We have the version 0.10, and we want to make add some features and become 0.20, yeah, or 0.2x, something. We make a branch, okay, of that new version number with the version and implement all the features to that, push all the code for that feature to that branch. And of course, that branch should be merged to develop. And when we want to make a release from 0.1 to 0.2, we merge the 0.2 branch to the production. Of course, I put the link to the web chat.
Can I do it or not?
Yes, but we should be prepared from the scratch. For instance, we have clear features that we need to be included in some branch. Okay, so we have plans for that branch. We have a clear list of features we need for that version, and of course, create from the beginning create a branch for that and merge the code for every feature to that branch. Of course, we can revert any of those pull requests, but we should change our plan to say, okay, this version will not have that feature anymore.
Okay. If I'm able to do that, I definitely support that. I confirm. Even the patch versions, if they're not hotfix, but Shall we go to the vote or everyone accept it? Shall the
Sorry?
PO accept all the versions, even patches?
I guess UAT test has the patch inside, accepting the patch inside. If you say that it's accepted, we push every patch, we merge every change to the develop. We say that okay, we have changed the code, so it's a patch. It's not the previous version. And if you have accepted such change and say,
So maybe I want to keep one feature in staging and not going live. We had it, for example, we had some troubles with, for example, MetaMask. I said to Ramin, please keep it here. We want to have version of onboard.js, but without MetaMask. And because some tests failed. Or maybe, for example, we have some developed, it was success, it was tested, but it's not just time to market. We just want to keep that version. But the other, for example, fixing the other improvements have to go to the production. So it's not kind of...
we will have it in the staging.
Yeah.
But also we have another deployment for in that version, because we have the Vercel or Netlify create preview for every branch. So we can test that, for instance, 0.2 branch. It's corresponding to this version number, and we merge that branch to the production, as I said.
I think it doesn't have any supports, but I just want to put it on the vote again. Should PM approve the patches or not?
No, I don't believe that the PO should have that. Like, I don't know, patches and hotfixes should be like, I don't know, if it has an emergency level, it doesn't necessarily have to be approved. For features, I don't call them patches. So, yeah, I think.
Yeah, but can you approve that all the versions should have passed the testing process on the staging? Who's gonna accept it? Who's gonna be responsible for that?
Yeah.
The tester for product manager.
Because we don't have tester, I just want to hear its head.
Yeah. So I said that accepting the pull request.
Okay, if you want to, okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I said that. As I said, if you accept, if you test some issue and test that and accept it, you have implicitly accepted that patch.
It's okay, but I'm talking about the business, about the versioning. For example, me as a PO want to keep fun things in the refrigerator, for example, for next feature, for next deployment. For example, we have some improvement related to token economy, but because it's not finished, we just don't want to have it released. So it's kind of, it's not technical, it's a business side. And because of that, I think when we talk about hot fixes without any, visual things appeared I'm totally agree that you have to do it. But for example, when we have, very tiny issue, for example, changing the, the rates or, adding a token, for example, or something, it's better that we, confirmed it and it's okay. I'm not talking about the PO. The one who accepts the responsibility of the version on the production should report something. This report, it said what's the name of this version and what's the changes. Usually you see for example, in App Store, we're gonna have this version. This is the changes. And what's the related issues? Issue 1, 2, 3, 4. So every issue has to be a PR linked to it. Please stop linking lots of, PRs, lots of not related PRs to, issues. Because, if you talk about the business, everyone should, when see the report of versioning, should easily understand what's the changes. But if we, for example, relate some bug fixing to another feature development issue, and we go to the production, it's not clear what's the changes of this version.
It's worth mentioning that Bowen has this job for MyEther wallet, or MyCrypto, I mean. He actually is the release manager, is what they call it, and he writes the release notes and actually pushes the button to merge. He might have some insight here too, and just what they do for MyCrypto.
Nice.
Yeah. I need that responsibility from everybody. It's not important. Mato, if you take it, you can do it, I think.
No, I wanted to ask you about what you said about every issue should have a pull request. Is that something that we are agreeing to do? Because I just told last week Ramin not to do it like that for one-liners or issues that are super minor, because we're using Vercel for each branch, each pull request. It makes a deploy version, and I feel it's a waste of resources to do it for every little issue. Maybe I think that we could bulk them in some kind of feature or something like that, but for minor issues or things that are not like outstanding, we shouldn't be wasting those resources like that. So I want to talk about what we should be agreeing right now, because that's something that we haven't talked before. And I was having a complete different philosophy that what you're mentioning of having one pull request for issue.
I guess the task, the issues granularity. Yeah, granularity.
Granularity, yeah.
Yeah, granularity defines how the pull request should be organized. I guess every pull request should fix one issue. If it's sometimes it happens that you find a bug, so for instance, in one module that affects multiple issues, you fix that and say, okay, I did that and it has fixed these 3 issues. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. And for styling things, I will agree with you that, for instance, if you have just just few styling, and it doesn't need. We don't want to doing a reverse or any features implemented. I agree. As I said, the granularity is the task. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, and mainly for the styling and all of that, because I was checking most like 70 or 80% of the issues of the pull requests that Ramin made was visual, and they were like, this is better, this is looking better, or it's just something that we're breaking. And man, there was like 10 different deployed branches of Vercel just for little tiny fixes. So I would say, like, it also depends on how well we establish the issues and how we define them. Maybe that can be worth, because what you mean, about the granularity can get very abstract in time between, I don't know, what do you refer as big or tiny issue? I don't know.
I think it's a trade-off, and you can decide, within the team, I think. But, I prefer... as a product manager, have it all the things in detail, because, it's very easy for me to get reports and see what's going on. But, if you have lots of, for example, solving an issue, for example, it's just 2 line of code, but it takes lots of energy. Yeah, it takes lots of energy problem solving. So it should have, an issue and another PR related to it, and lots of estimation. For example, it takes, 18 story point. So let's have it, let's say to the world that we solve this problem, and this is that issue, and this is the this is the cost. It cost me for do it, and when we relate it to, for example, an issue that was, for example, for solving a bug, it's totally disappeared. And assume that we're working in an international team that, everybody can join the team. If you take a look at, the huge international teams, maybe the reviewers or the coders don't know even each other. They, for example, lots of Indians, lots of, Pakistanians are contributing on a project all around the world, and they have a standard routine. But it's a trade-off. You have to decide. But I prefer that it should be. Can you take this responsibility, Matto, to have release reports and make sure all of the stuff are tested before going to live? If you can take this responsibility, version name, description, release description, related issues, and also confirming it's tested in all, for example, browsers, test scenarios. And we're here to help you, but I just one person responsible for that.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Rayo.
Thumbs up. Do you have any objections? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, it takes too much time. I just want to refer Lauren about the coordination and stuff that she mentioned. Shall we, please?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was just hearing about that there were some issues, I guess, like getting oriented with like Mohammed joining and Ramin joining on Giveth.io, and there was like some things confusing, but I just wasn't sure about these conversations going on, so I just kind of wanted to like open the subject. But it does sound like we're kind of addressing a lot of these things with kind of like cross code review, and then there seems like there's going to be more integration. But yeah, and then so that was one thing that I would love to hear from anybody, if there's just like things that we need to like air and communicate about so that we can be more aligned. And then really the other thing was I also was understanding that like it doesn't seem like Giveth.io is going to be able to sustain like a huge influx of more people like with the impact graph, but I also don't fully understand this. I just wanted to raise the issue because it just like, heard the whispers.
So, can anybody complete the Lauren's?
Well,
yeah.
About the last part, I kind of mentioned it in my post from a month ago about the robustness of Giveth.io, and my main worry is that some queries are sub-optimized, if that's a word. Suboptimal, or I don't know, because there is no pagination on heavy loads on some queries. There are some mutations that accept weird properties. I was hoping that Carlos would take that responsibility if he joined it full time, but he is busy and he hasn't taken it, and he won't. So somebody else has to do it. I was hoping that he would back then, but the heavy loads are, I would say 70% solved, at least for projects. I am not sure about donations, but we would need someone that is kind of more practical on backend to check on it. Maybe Mohammed, that you are trying to jump in the impact graph, maybe you can take a look. But I would say that is basically pagination what we are missing right now, and that also needs to have some integration on the front end. And after that, I would say, yeah.
You get surprised that today we're talking about it. Mohammed was talking about this pagination and stuff. Sorry, I interrupt your sentence. Go ahead, please.
Go ahead, Mohammed.
Can I add something to Mato? Yeah, as plus the pagination, we have some problems. For example, our search on the Giveth projects are locally on client. So client gets some projects from server and search over there. So we have some problem where so for example, getting Giveth step development traces and we search through that. So we just get the 100 first traces. So we search through that. So it has a problem. I think maybe we should do some sorting and searching and something like that from server side. No, handle that in front end. It's something like the Mato said. I just wanted to complete the Matos. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I guess we are not known, are not much near to uh, making releasing this application. I guess we have lots of stuff to implement in the back end, lots of design, lots of new relationship between you guys. Till currently, we have another backend for Ghost Trace, and one backend and impact graph. So researching for a project, maybe maybe we can. So we have discussed it. How to implement it, whether we should merge these two backend or now we set up another, for instance, Elasticsearch that gather information for all, and when we want to sort the project that search through the Elasticsearch, list them. I'm not sure how it should be done finally, but also in the front end, that code, because
Sorry, I want to interrupt you because you're, jumping into another agenda. Your another agenda is about a technical debt. I heard several times from the new developers here. I just want to, if you want to continue, I think even talk about technical debt.
Yeah.
Is it that? Please continue. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Can I just I will make it short, Mohammed. Sorry, we are at the end of the call, and I will let you. I will say 1 minute. We are so pushing hard on releasing our token, but when we release token, we will have new developers. We have lots of dropping, and I'm not sure whether we are ready for it. Of course, the front is not tested extensively. And Ramin had troubles and contributing. I heard about the managing the wallets, and I think we need some collaboration between Matthew and Ramin about making the code more stable on the front end, and also a great activity from backend team to make it really resilient. So sorry, Mohammed, go ahead.
No. I just when I said search and sort, I was talking about search and sort on the Postgres, not involving Elasticsearch. I just wanted to make it clear.
Yeah. I just heard before from you that searching both the project traceable project campaigns and the project is hard because we wanted less, for instance, top 10, and you don't know how many from which one. From that side or what, so we have some we should have one place to aggregate all the information and search through that and get the 10. Either way, it can be all from the trace or it can be all from the project.
However, in my side, I just if I want to solve this problem, I suggest we have a technical debt epic and put all of the stuff there. We can have some overhauls over some pages. For example, Ramin said that we have to have some overhauls on the donate page. It's on my site, but I have to make it clear for the stakeholders if we want to go, for example, launch the token economy, and after that we might have more than 50,000 users, more than 50. It's 50 more thousand users, and we have to make sure it's resilient. Both front end and back end. It's just on my site. Ramin, do you have something to add? We had lots of concerns, but you're quiet right now.
I just wanted to add about the little issues when Matthew was discussing about it. When there are issues, there are one pull request for one issue. You mean this is one by one, because maybe some issues are fixed by just by changing one line of code, and some issues are fixed by changing many components. But when we when it's merged and going to the UAT test, and maybe it's merged to the production, but it has bugs, and we want to revert it. When we want to revert it, it's much easier for us to revert that specific pull request. But if we merge, for example, 10 tiny pull requests merge into one, we cannot revert it. It has very side effects. But I don't think so that it has much load on the server. The Vercel builds, I don't think so. It has much load, and we can. I think this side the benefits are more. And and another thing I wanted to add is about the production. You mean even when there are hot fixes, and even when there are very tiny issues, after the testing is complete, we move the issue to the done column. After moving to the done column, and we take it so more time. For example, we take the users maybe 1 week, maybe 1 month to have more tests on the development side, and after that merge it to the merge it to the master branch on production. Just this I wanted to add.
Okay, we ran out of time, guys. Just put it on the vote that should we have Epic for technical debts?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Sorry. I guess, but I don't understand. Sorry. Can you repeat it?
Should we have an Epic for technical debt?
Yeah, it includes refactoring, and make it more robust and extensible. Something like that, code readable.
Okay, we need lots of discussing about this issue. Thank you, everybody. Sorry, Mohammed, we don't have time to review the design. I mean, Mosaidi, not Mohammed. Yeah, we have to talk about the design side and the coordination and demo in Wednesday. Have a good time, guys.
Monique, Ramin, can I have a few minutes talk with you too?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, everyone.
Ramin and Monique.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.